Hi guys, Stormy Strike here, and while BreyerFest is still almost 6 months away, it is never too early to start planning for it, right? So I thought it'd be fun to talk to you guys about the plans I have for BreyerFest so far, while showing some of the things about BreyerFest 2018 that have already come out on the Breyer Horses website. Now since BreyerFest is still several months away, my plans surrounding it so far could of course change between now and then, but the majority of it should stay the same. The first plan, which is probably pretty obvious now, is that I will be going to BreyerFest this year in 2018. I've actually been planning this trip to BreyerFest ever since the summer of last year's BreyerFest. I will most likely be flying to BreyerFest again this year, and I'll actually be going with my dad this time instead of my mom. The past 3 times I've been to BreyerFest, my mom went with me, but this year, for personal reasons, my mom will need to stay home. I'm actually kind of excited for my dad to go to BreyerFest since he hasn't experienced it yet, and I'm pretty sure he's going to like it. Next is I am staying at the Clarion Hotel again, and I'm really happy about that. I know some people have not had good experiences staying there, but I've personally enjoyed it a lot. I do not have the same room though that I had when I went in 2015 and 2016, which will lead me into the next topic of whether or not I will be selling at BreyerFest. I am planning on selling at BreyerFest again. I will be selling at the Breyer Swap Meet, which is on Friday night at the Clarion Hotel Ballroom. Since I have a room at the Clarion, I may or may not sell out of that as well, although I'm not sure yet because I didn't exactly have a successful time with that the last times I've done it. It's just really hard with flying there and then also selling at the Breyer Swap Meet one night and then trying to sell out of my Clarion hotel room on top of all of that. But we will see. With my dad being there, it might be different and I might be able to make it work. When it gets closer to BreyerFest, I'll give you guys an update on that. Another thing I'll have to give you an update on when it gets closer to BreyerFest is what exactly I'll be selling. Right now it's hard for me to say because I've been selling things a lot already online in the way of model horses out of my collection and things like that, so it depends on what I'll have left when BreyerFest rolls around. I have been trying to slowly downsize my collection a bit, which has been really hard because I love all my models, but I just don't have enough room for all of them. So probably right before BreyerFest I'll go through my collection and pull out more models to sell. In the way of other things I'll be selling, I don't know exactly yet, but I will be having other things for sale. I may try and make some more tack for sale. If I have any Briar necklaces left, I will probably bring those. And who knows what else. I actually have a lot of things I'd like to make and sell at BreyerFest, but the main problem right now is time because I still have 1 semester left in college, and I probably won't have enough time to work on the stuff I would really like to work on. However, since it is still a little while till BreyerFest, you guys can let me know if there is anything you'd particularly like to see for sale from me. And I mean like anything. It doesn't have to be just model horses. It can be model horse related, but I also do other stuff. I am very familiar with selling all kinds of things like toys, collectibles, vintage items, clothing, all kinds of stuff. So you can just let me know if there is anything you'd kind of like to see from me for sale, and I will see about getting maybe some of that kind of stuff to BreyerFest. Now, the question of how to meet me at BreyerFest comes up quite a bit, so I can tell you already 2 times and locations that you can find me at BreyerFest. The first is that I will be at the Instagram meet, which is usually at the Clarion Hotel on Friday night, and it's usually by the Breyer Swap Meet and Artisans Gallery. I will also, of course, be at the YouTube meet, which is on Saturday at 3 o'clock by Fluffy the Blow-Up Horse. So those are 2 definite times and locations that I will be at. Now there may be a third kind of meetup time. I'm considering doing a special meetup of some sort where I can also possibly screen some things that are related to Breyer movies that won't be on YouTube until a while after BreyerFest. So it would be like a special early preview screening that you can only see at BreyerFest. But I don't know if you guys would be interested in that or not. I don't have any idea for our time and day yet, or if I'll even do it. It's just an idea I've been kind of toying with. If you guys have any thoughts on that, you can let me know in the comments whether you'd be interested in a separate meetup of some kind, or if you think just the Instagram and YouTube meet will do. I guess I'll also mention which specific events at BreyerFest I'm planning on getting involved with or going to, or not planning to do. I will not be showing at BreyerFest, neither at the Kids Youth Show, because I'm way too old for it now, or the Open Show. I would like to show at BreyerFest again one day, but that won't be this year. I just can't spend the whole Friday of BreyerFest showing, and bringing my show string would be really difficult and expensive to do, especially with flying. Briar is doing the 5K again this year. I probably won't be doing it though. It seems really fun, and maybe I'll do it some year, but it's just really hot there, and the time difference makes it really hard for me to wake up that early and do it. As for BreyerFest contests, I may enter the Briar custom contest again. I know I won't get picked for it, but with the customs I have right now, but I like to enter it anyway, just since it doesn't hurt to try. As for the diorama and costume contest, I am not sure what I'm going to do yet. I'd really like to enter both of them, but I don't know if I will have enough time to make them or not. The good thing is that I do have some ideas for them already, so if I can enter one or both of them, I probably will. I don't plan on doing any workshops. The workshops seem really great though. While I haven't done it before, I do recommend that you guys check it out, as I'm sure you can learn a lot from them. I don't know yet if I will go to the Celebration of Horses show or not. If I do, it will be on Saturday night, since I will be at the BreyerFest swap meet and Instagram meet on Friday. I haven't done the seminars before either, although this year I would really like to try and attend one. Lastly is the N-Pod, or Ninja Pit of Death, which, if you don't know what that is basically waiting a long time in order to get into the Briar store when it first opens on the first Friday morning of BreyerFest. I have not done it before, and while I would like to experience it, I won't be doing it for a few reasons. One is that Briar has been trying to phase that out. They don't want people doing it, and I think that's probably mostly because of safety concerns. Secondly, I heard a rumor last year about last year's N-Pod regarding some people that had volunteered at BreyerFest. I don't want to get into detail in case it isn't true, and I don't want to make it sound like Briar volunteers are really bad or anything like that, because the majority of them aren't. But basically all the rare models people are waiting for weren't put out publicly to be purchased by those waiting a long time in the line at N-Pod. And the third reason I'm not doing it is because it is just too hard on me. Nowadays you need to wait all night in order to get a good spot in line, and I just can't handle doing that from all the traveling and jet lag. I guess that is all for now about my BreyerFest plans. And if you haven't seen already, Breyer has already released pictures of the Celebration Horse early bird ticket raffle model, a store special, and their first special run. I'll of course be getting the Celebration Horse. I'm not sure yet about the store special model Icabad Crane. I really like him, but I am going to try and be very careful of how much I spend and what I spend my money on this year. I do think he is really pretty though, and more than likely, if I get the chance, I will try and get him. I think the first special run, Straight Bet, is also really pretty. He has a really nice rich coloring, but I'm not sure if I'll get him or not again. It depends on how I like the other special runs that they come out with. And then that wraps it up for this video. Before you guys go though, I'd like to hear from you guys. If you're going to BreyerFest, do you have any special plans for it yet that you're really excited about? If you're not going to BreyerFest, let me know something you would really like to do there. Whether it's you would like to do the 5K, or see the Celebration of Horses show, or a show at BreyerFest, or do a workshop, or whatever it is that you'd really like to do at BreyerFest. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye everyone!